Welcome to the 2013 Amgen Tour of California for Bicycling.com. I'm Joe Lindsay. I'm joined by Frankie Andreu for our race radio segment. And today the stage finished into Santa Barbara, Frankie, and we've definitely gotten away from the heat, but the racing hasn't gotten much cooler. Definitely hasn't cooled off.
The racing's been hot and heavy, but I think we should do 8 days along the coast here. This is beautiful here.
This is pretty fantastic.
This is a fantastic finish. And of course, last year we didn't come to Santa Barbara.
No, we did not.
So we missed out big time. But today, starting in Santa Clarita, guys started attacking right away because they knew it was a shorter stage, about 83 miles. And surprisingly, a lot of flat tires. In that first 10 or 15 miles, there was a lot of guys suffering punctures, going back and forth.
Yeah, the road that they came down on was kind of, for the first 20 or so K of the stage, was kind of a big, wide highway. And I think there was a lot of debris. You could see that the crosswind was kind of coming off the left-hand side, which put guys off in the gutter. So there's going to be even more debris there. And I think maybe that's what was going on. But also, that big, wide road with kind of this head cross didn't make for a very good scenario for brakes. So what happened was they're going down the road, they make a left turn onto a very small road kind of up into the hills, and that's when everything's kind of started to break loose.
Yeah, just before that, the brake went away and finally established itself, and they had 5 guys, I think, with six guys: Marsh Cooper, Jim Stemper, 2 Bissell, because they're looking out for that KOM.
Yep.
Baldwin and Pip, and then Chad Beyer, who's also going for the KOM. So those guys stayed away. Immediately, Jameis came to the front and started riding tempo, and then Cannondale started a little bit later on. And those KOMs were interesting because they knew those points were on the line. They're trying to protect it for Carter Jones from Bissell. So Stemper was kind of, from 5 Hour Energy, was kind of ganged up on, but smart move by Bissell to mark him. And then we knew it was going to come down to a field sprint because then Garmin was on the front and Cannondale was on the front, and the speed just kept getting faster and faster.
And, a couple interesting moves late in the stage. You had Jens Vogt go off the front, joined by Lucas User from United Healthcare. And, at one point there were 4 guys off the front, and it was 3 World Tour teams and a Pro Continental team. So it was definitely a move that had some legs, and the pack behind didn't want to let that go. So they pulled it back and set up what was maybe our fastest finish of the race so far.
Oh, Del, we were flying into town. And, of course, a fantastic move by the Irish national champion trying to
Matt
Breimeyer from Champion, going off and trying to hold off everybody. But it was so fast on that flat road that it set up for a perfect sprint. And a lot of credit. Garmin was on the front. They had the train going. Tyler Farrar was set up in perfect position. Looking around, you couldn't find Sagan. There was a few other guys, but Tyler Farrar taking a great win. Ken Hansen already has won a bunch of UCI races. Second place here, a super ride by him by Optum.
Yeah. Note also that Garmin, that's 2 stage wins for them in one day because Ramonas Navardauskis won the Giro stage earlier today. So it's looking pretty good for them tonight.
Yeah, and we had a crash in the during the race today. When you're riding along here, you see these dirt devils, the little dirt tornadoes.
Dust devils.
Could see it coming along, and sure enough, man, it timed it perfectly to cross the road right in the middle of the pack, and it took down 2 NetApp guys. But that's a first. There's been a lot of firsts here.
I don't think we've ever seen a dust devil in a race before. That's for sure.
No. So I wonder what the first is going to be for tomorrow. And we're going to some small town with 1 road in, 1 road out.
Pretty much.
Finishing Santa Barbara to Avila Beach, and it's a long one, like 115 miles again.
And these guys will face a very stiff climb right out of the gate. There's about a 2,000-foot climb. It's really the only major difficulty of the day. But the problem is that after this many days of hard racing, guys are going to be feeling it. So if they get gapped off the back, they're going to be working really hard to make sure that they can try and make it.
Oh, there's going to be guys gapped off the back because somebody's going to attack right there because they know the brake is going to go away.
Absolutely.
These other teams are going to have to try to ride as steady as possible or ride a steady tempo to allow most of their teammates to come back to get over that climb, so then they can allow a chase to be able to happen later on so there can be a field sprint. I mean, that's a long ways to go if you make a break, but everybody's going to have to pay a lot of attention on that cat, too, because if TJ takes off or Azevedo takes off or anybody, and a break gets up the road of 10 or 15, 20 guys.
Situation like yesterday, yeah.
No one's bringing that back. So tomorrow, attention at the start. After that, you can sit in the back of the field and kind of chill until you see what happens when we go into Avila Beach. I'll pick for tomorrow, finishing into Avila Beach. I'll go with Tyler Farrar again.
Go with Tyler Farrar. I'm going to go with Gianni Mearsman. I think he's close to there, and he was definitely riding the Garmin train today. So if he gets that figured out, I think maybe he could break through and give Omega a little something to cheer about.
Yeah, they've lost a few guys, haven't they?
Yeah, it's been a rough tour for them.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's it from Stage 4 of the Amgen Tour of California. I'm Joe Lindsay for Frankie Andreu. Thanks for joining us.
If I was Belgian, I wouldn't mind a California vacation.
I don't think I'd mind a California vacation either. But 108 degrees, that's no vacation.